everybody. Welcome back to the Pause and Proceed podcast with your host, SB.
Hey y'all, I'm your girl Bridgett LaRé.
We are back again another week to bring you some mental health chats, Lord
Well, girl, get them excited
Jesus.
about it. Now I'm gonna bring you some
Woo!
mental health. Ugh.
Woo! Raise the roof.
Oh,
Raise.
what?
I'm sorry, y'all. This is one of those days where you say to yourself, why? Why did
Why?
I
What?
decide to bring you to us together to do a mental health
Oh,
podcast?
you. Wait a minute now. Let me
Uh-huh.
move this microphone closer to me.
Go ahead.
Are you questioning why you even wanted to do this podcast in the first place? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
tell me more about that. That's interesting.
Just only because this is the thing, and it's okay. It's not like a serious question. I already
Mm-hmm.
know why. But when you're not feeling it, guys, when your mental health is not on par, sometimes the last thing you want to do is get up here and chat about your mental health. That's all I'm saying. It's just one of those days, like Monica say.
I get that. I can definitely get that.
Yeah.
So and my
Mm.
thing is, if you wanted to start a mental health podcast and talk about it, why not talk about it in the time in which you are having maybe a mental health breakthrough? Not breakdown, but a breakthrough.
I guess it's a
Maybe this is
breakthrough.
provision, your word for the year. And
Yes, it
yeah,
could be, yes. But sometimes you just, you're human and you don't want to be only but so vulnerable in that space. You are 100% right, Coach Bridget, authentic authenticity coach. But she's right, y'all. So we had a conversation. I was telling her, listen, I'm kind of low down today. I don't really want to talk about me. Let's just talk about something else. And she was trying to, be my friend and that built-in coach that she is. It's like, hey, if you just kind of, I get it, girl, but if you talk about, I get it, but if you get it off your chest and kind of put it in the universe, I ain't gonna say blah 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 because it was
no,
valid,
you
but
said blah blah blah.
I was like, Bridget, I don't know. So we're gonna see how I feel during the podcast,
Okay,
but
see, no, because she took about 10 minutes explaining to me why she do not want to talk about what she got going on. Like literally, you spent about 10 minutes. And then I kept saying, okay, no worries. I get it, girl. I get it. No worries.
Why
And then
did I
she
go 10
kept
minutes?
explaining herself
Why did I go 10 minutes?
because I kept talking and she wanted me to just shut up. Like,
Now,
okay, I get it.
when did
And I
you
was
say specifically?
I said I get it the whole 10 minutes. I was like, I got you, girl. I got you.
No,
I
she
got
didn't,
you.
guys. No,
And
she
then but
didn't.
then get this. Then we get here on the podcast, and she the one bring it up. This is very
Yeah.
interesting to me.
Because I said, if it organically, I took a shower,
Yeah,
I
good.
got up,
Thank you.
I stretched, had some coffee, got myself together.
Uh-huh.
And what I did tell her is that if it organically comes up, then perhaps, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, so what is going on with you? I feel like we speaking in some type of code
You
or
just have those
language.
low days. And I think I everything. When I started thinking about all the things I have to get done, like I went away to Oakland this weekend, went to a nice wedding. It was my first lesbian wedding.
Oh,
And
how
maybe
was
I
it?
shouldn't have singled out as lesbian wedding, but
You
I
did
did.
very casually,
I
and it worked. I was like,
did.
oh, I'm like, how was it?
It
Congratulations.
was so sweet.
Yeah.
It was very sweet. It was very sweet. Shout out to Erica and Jessica.
Congrats, Erica and Jessica. I love them.
Congratulations. Yes. Bow, bow,
I
bow,
would
bow,
have definitely
bow.
been there if I didn't have this training that I did this weekend.
Spread the love, show the love.
Yeah.
But so I did that this weekend and it was great. But when you're kind of like on vacation, I put a pause from the things that I need to get done. So
Mm-hmm.
then I come back home and that's when things start kind of like do, 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 do. And I have to get better control of letting things kind of just start thinking, oh yeah, do this, get it. Oh, the time is March, mid-March, da 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 da. it just slammed, and I didn't say, "Okay, stop, breathe, take a moment." I just kinda like, "You know what? I'm about to just lay in bed, and I just need a moment."
Yeah,
So,
nothing
I'm
wrong with
coming
that.
out my darn moment because I give myself a moment, and then I tell myself, "Okay, we gotta start breaking out of it." So after I got off the phone with Bridget, I decided, "Okay, like, let me just start coming out of it."
Why'd you roll your
I
eyes when you
know she did, Solomon. I wasn't even gonna bring attention to that, but I'm like, she felt some type of way. She
Because
rolled them hard too.
she was right. You know how you don't want somebody to be right, but she was right. So it's like, oh, okay. Let me just. I'm
Yeah.
here, guys. I'm here.
Well, okay. See, the thing is, we were talking about self
Yes,
image,
we were.
and I was sharing with SB how I've been researching a lot on self image
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times when we think of self image, people will think of, self worth or how I see myself in the mirror and, body and just all this other,
Yeah.
all the things that, publicly self image is thought of. But I've been on a path of understanding my self image as far as how I see myself, my
Mm-hmm.
characteristics. Who do I see myself as? How do I show up? Like, what am I capable of? And so I was asking you about your self image.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, something very interesting came out of there.
So go ahead.
So, okay, so at the end of the day, she spoke on some things, all the good things, how she see herself. I'm like, yeah, for sure, yeah, okay. And what else? So she tell me more, and so I said, it's something about we got down to your habits
Mm-hmm.
that you wanted to change, and they were like, what were your habits?
So some of the habits I'm working on is my what do I like to call it? My herbal refreshment habit. And
Smoke
my
weed every day.
yeah, that.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I have an innateness to kind of procrastinate. And I forgot what else that was
You said low
mentioned.
energy,
Oh, low
low
energy.
vibrations. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And
yeah.
low energy, trying to like keep my energy up.
Yeah, and then I said to her, I said, "Oh, that's your self-image. That's how you see yourself. You see yourself as a procrastinating, weed smoking person with low energy." And she said, "What'd you say?"
I said, I thought about it for a second. And I said, "Did you trick me?" And she was like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Because I'm sitting up here,
That
I'm
was
telling
hilarious
her,
to
you know,
me.
I know it was. You got a kick out of that." I felt a little bamboozled at first because
Yeah.
my pal here is a coach. You know what I'm saying? So, we talking what she said. I said we can talk about anything, but not particularly what I feel like I'm going
Yeah.
through today.
Anything but
So,
this.
right, anything but it. So she said self-image. So I was like, okay, yeah, I see myself as this, nurse or blah, 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 just giving the positive
Yeah.
things. Cause
No,
who
what are the
wants
positive
to,
things?
yeah,
What were the positive things you said?
the positive things is that I feel like I'm loyal. I'm a very kind person. I am a very warm person. I have high potential. I'll say that. I have a high potentiality. And those were some of the main things that I said. But through all of that, Bridget was listening and she gathered what she gathered. And I felt tricked because I'm like, well, shoot, we back to
You
some of
said
the reasons of why I'm low.
she said those the negative
Right.
things.
I was like, why are you pointing out the negatives? Of course, I'm not gonna talk about the negative things
Yeah.
right off bat.
Right.
But
Yeah.
she was right. Like
Yeah.
that is a belief about myself.
Yeah,
So
man, we don't realize it though. Like you see how it you was kind of dancing around it, didn't want to say that. Like we don't realize that that's how we show up. That's how we believe ourselves to be. And
yeah, that's true. I mean, I knew it, but I just didn't
yeah,
want to say it.
of course
Not
not.
the bad
And you don't
things
want other people to
first.
point it out either, right? Don't focus on that. Just focus on my good stuff.
Sometimes I don't mind if you do it. You just that at that moment,
You feel bamboozled.
I
You feel
felt a little
tricked. Like a little
bamboozled.
trickery. Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Well.
It's okay though. It's okay. So,
Yeah.
what
So
about this self-image? What else? What else?
okay, so I was realizing for me, the self image that I've had of myself, somebody who is overweight.
Mhm.
Self-image I've had for myself is a smoker,
Yeah.
and let me see what else results show up. You can tell what your self-image is by your results, the results of your life. Um, my self-image has been the single one. I'm the
Mhm.
one that's single. I'm the plus one,
Oh,
or the one that brings a girlfriend. My self-image
yeah.
has been um, the learner. The learner. I'm always learning. My
Mhm.
self-image has been the planner. I'm going to plan it. And that doesn't, where does that leave me? That leaves me in action.
Mhm.
That leaves me overweight. That leaves me struggling with smoking because y'all know I done quit smoking marijuana, right? But I've had a thing. I've been playing back and forth with these pens. First it was just like the regular vape, like the non-nicotine.
Yeah.
So to do black smoke, a black guy, Black Smoke is his name, and he makes those pens where there's no nicotine.
Okay, black man.
Yeah,
All
black
right,
man.
all
Okay,
right,
black
all
man,
right,
Black
all right. Can we
Smoke.
get a boom, boom, boom,
Ba, 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 for the Black
boom?
Smoke.
There we go.
Hey. So I started smoking those. Probably shouldn't have shouted them out, but
Why
we're not
not?
saying you go
He's
and get
an
this pen.
entrepreneur. Is he an
Yeah. He's an
entrepreneur?
entrepreneur, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, definitely shout
fine.
him out. But I don't, I'm not condoning
Promoting.
promoting
Yes.
getting a vape because for me, that made me think like, okay, well shoot, since I'm already smoking a vape, well, I might as well feel it.
You're just going
So
up a
then I went and got a
level.
CBD, and I'm like, dang, this CBD feel good. Like, man, it got me in the couch. And I was like, dang, this feeling just feels just like weed. And so my next step was about to be, I might as well go get some weed and smoke and do what I love. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Then I was like,
yeah.
nah. Then I gave you the pen.
Gave me the pen. I had a headache from the pen. I put that pen
It
down.
was strong,
It
man.
was
That CBD was
strong.
strong,
It was
yeah.
strong.
And so that was about what, 3 weeks ago?
Mhm.
And literally, I get some news on Monday. Today is Wednesday, and I get some news on Monday, and I'm like, my car just drove me straight to the smoke shop. I'm like, well, how did that happen? And next thing I know, I'm getting another CBD pen, and I'm like, oh, well,
Was it stressful
how did
news?
this? Uh, it was some disappointing news. Like, what we do as far as nurses.
Yeah.
We yeah.
Yes. I
So
know.
we
Yes.
go from facility to facility. And I've been working at this one particular facility for over a year. And like the money was immaculate. And they told me, the manager brought me in the room, gave me this ring that I got on right here. Try to butter me up a little bit.
That's so
Put a
funny.
little butter on it before
Here,
you stick it to me.
this is for you, Bridget. I thought about you when you got it.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And then tell me they're gonna stop using the agency or stop giving us
Yep.
bonuses and things of that matter. I'm like, damn, I've been getting this money for over a year.
I know.
But you know what? And I'm gonna come back. Don't let me lose my
I'm
point of thought
not.
because I'm gonna come back to this. But this is provision, literally, I've been in this coaching program for 5 months, right? Learning how to train and put on conferences and on trainings and things of that matter. And 5 months, right?
Yep.
This past weekend, graduated, done with the training, and like I got the intellectual property to all the content. So I can actually get out here and start putting on the trainings and things of that matter. So I'm like, God, is this you? Are you pushing me to transition from nursing into, the transformational world full time? I don't know.
Right.
But I decided to get the CBD pen to help me think about it because
We
my self
heard you. We heard
image.
you. I just heard your smirk.
What, Solomon?
Sorry.
It was just funny. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh boy.
Okay, go ahead,
Go on.
Bridget. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
What do you have to
Oh,
say?
I have nothing
Let
to
them see
say.
you. You looking handsome in your
I have nothing
blue.
to say. I just.
I'm sorry. I had to
Uh,
point out that I'm just so
yeah.
goofy. I heard him smirk. I had to say so.
But
I'm
I will
sorry.
say thank you for the chai tea,
You're very
SB.
well.
I appreciate that. It was very good.
You're very welcome. He's been asking for this tea probably for about 2 months. So I
I feel
said,
like he always trying to give you props as a, kind of low blow to me kind of sort of type of thing.
why?
Yeah, I
You
don't know
don't go to
because
that coffee shop.
I mean, not because thank you, SB. Like, what was all when I walked in, he like, watch out. Where's my tea? SB's
I
bringing
did
me
give you
tea.
I did give you a hug coming in the door though, right? I did say, "Hey, how you doing? Now get out the way. Where's my tea?"
Yeah,
See,
you know what?
at
That's
least he
See,
gave you a nice comforting hug first before he booted you
I
out the
mean,
way.
it wasn't comforting. It was like a pat on the back, like, all right, watch out.
Oh,
You know
No,
what
okay.
I
it
mean?
wasn't.
I'm just saying,
I'm sorry, he really wanted the tea.
but that's cool, y'all. You know what? If you need a podcast filmed, even though Solomon be acting funny to me, I'm
She's
still
so
gonna
loyal.
recommend his services at the podcast place here in Long Beach, California.
She's so loyal. That's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is like the little sister that you sort of give the noogies to, like you do that thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's our relationship. So
Yeah, it
don't
it
let
is.
her
really
tell you
is.
anything different.
He
I
It
loves me
love
really
her.
so much.
I
is.
do.
The feeling is mutual.
Look at y'all. So we need
Ah.
a clap or something, or boom, 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 or
Oh
something.
wait, I got a new sound. Hold on.
What's the
Okay.
sound? It's probably gonna be
Is it a new
a,
one?
a crap
Quiet,
sound.
quiet, quiet.
Oh.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah, that was
that was cute.
perfect. Good
That was
I knew
cute.
you
job.
like that,
I
right?
do. I like it a lot. So, here.
Yep.
So yeah, the CPD. I see my self image has been a smoker. So that's something that I'm working on.
Okay.
And I still got the pen that's in the car. So I'm
Mhm.
not saying that you know, that I've done it, I'm over it. You know what I mean? It's a self image. That's how we seen ourselves. That's
Yeah.
how I've seen myself for a very long time. This is new to me. This is new to me. I'm like, why is this new? Why haven't I
What? Looking at your
just the whole self
self-image?
image thing and just looking at the results of my life and recognizing that it's this way, as a man thinketh, so is he.
Right.
It's a really good book by James Allen. And just realizing like my life is exactly the way it is because that's the way I thought it to be.
But you know what? When you asked me, I automatically went into like positive mode self image. Sometimes I think for myself, you answer the question because when you broke it down, it's like, oh, that's just so simple. It's just
Hmm.
like everyday, simple everyday things, not I'm studious and da 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 da, which, those things are positive. But when you said it as simple as, okay, like, I like to sit in the car and look at the moon
Yeah,
sometimes.
for
So
sure.
that's part of my self image, just getting on the road and just driving and, being
Hmm.
out there with the stars and the moon, because it brings me peace.
Yeah.
Simple things like that is part of your self image. So I don't know. Sometimes I always think of things bigger than what it has to to be.
Overcomplicate things.
Exactly. Overcomplicate things.
Yeah.
So I,
Yeah.
I have to really look at my self image and do some homework.
Yeah. Well, what would you say is one of your characteristics, like a self-image characteristic or however you word that, um,
Mm.
that has really shaped who you are today?
Mm. A self image characteristic.
Yeah. A way in which you see yourself, like how has it helped you?
I think I want to say, and maybe this sounds cliche because there's probably a lot of people is that's out there that wouldn't agree, but I think I'm a very kind person. I do. Well,
You
no,
trying to
I'm not
convince
gonna
me or
say that.
you
I think most people, huh?
you trying to convince me?
No, no,
Oh.
no. I think most people would say I'm a kind
Yeah,
person.
I think you're quite kind.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's just these few years I didn't switch it up a little bit, so I don't know what people think. But and I give my
Switch it up like
grandmother that
what? Setting
credit,
boundaries?
setting
Yeah.
boundaries. You know what I mean? Yeah, setting boundaries.
Mhm.
But I give that I look at that from my upbringing with my grandmother and just being looking at how she took care of everybody. You know what I mean? And I love the way that she took care of took care of everyone. And as well, my dad. My dad was just a very generous, nice guy,
Mhm.
charismatic. So I think I took those traits
That's
of
nice.
both of them,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's the reason why I'm a nurse as well. Yeah, I love people. I love taking care of people. I love being around warmth. So that's one of the characteristics of a self image, I guess. Did I answer your question a little?
I mean, you said some things.
Okay.
No, yeah, you answered the question. I'm just
Okay.
kidding. So
Okay.
yeah, so being kind has brought you a long way. It sounds like it's like created the path to
Hmm.
nursing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense.
Um, as far as I don't want to say a negative self image, but I guess a self image that I don't um I guess like
Yes.
about
Mhm.
myself. If I'm gonna give a good one, might as well give a not so good one.
Right.
But I think self image that I don't really care about myself is the I feel like I'm a confused person.
Mm.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of chaos going on in my mind.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna say chaos, but some confusion, which can be chaotic. So,
Mm.
and that is what I believe about myself. So, I guess that's a belief that I kind of need to go in and chip away at, which is happening
What are you
through
confused
other
about?
things. Oh, life, honey.
Mm,
Good old life. Good old which way to go.
I get that.
You just where I am presently, which you touched on regarding, work. And because we're kind of like nurse entrepreneurs, we out here hustling as we go. And
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it ain't.
yeah, you have your valleys, your peaks and your
Mhm.
valleys a little bit.
Yeah.
So, luckily we are nurses, so we can get jobs, but we're just
Yeah.
trying to curate a specific future for
Right. Yeah.
ourselves.
We don't
Yeah.
want to work full time for
No.
anybody. Let me fix this little.
No. We're
Yeah.
not doing that anymore. We're at a point of our careers where we can do that.
Right.
So it's just, it's timing.
Yeah. Well, you know who they say is the author of confusion, right?
Well, I am confused.
Yeah. So, well, they say that the enemy, the devil, Satan, is
Mhm.
the author of confusion. So,
I think
a lot of
sometimes you need it though.
how is it helping you?
I think I recognize I'm in a confused state, and because I don't want to be in that confused state, I'm taking measures to not be as confused and not to beat up on myself about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To understand is deeper than you're just confused. You know what I'm saying? Like it's deeper. So, but sometimes you just in it and you feeling the emotions, and you
Mhm.
just like what's her name? Florida Evidence. Damn. You just, you have those moments.
Yeah, you just
So
want to release it.
yes. Yes. I was
Yeah.
in a reverse. Well, I'm not gonna say reverse damn moment, but
Mm.
this morning was a lower energy damn moment. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I can definitely get that.
hmm So what's some positive things about your self image?
Um,
Other than the fact that you think, the
positive.
smoker and, we know
Um,
the great, wonderful Bridgett LaRé has some positive self-image
yeah, for sure. For sure.
reflectors or herself.
One of the ones that really worked for me,
Mhm.
and and it's helped me pave the way for so many of my projects, and
Mhm.
is I see myself as a great speaker, like a great orator.
You
I
are.
can literally talk to anybody about any subject, and I can talk to people from different walks of life, and I really do feel like I relate to people.
Yeah.
So that's
You
why I'm like, whoever want to come on the show, let's talk.
listen, you took that right out of my brain. She took it right. You know what, guys? I appreciate her because even when I don't want to admit how I'm feeling or what I'm thinking, for some strange reason, she be knowing. You be knowing.
Cause I can
So,
relate, girl.
but yeah, like what you were just saying. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I just feel like I see myself as a learner, like a
Mhm.
lifelong student. So I really enjoy feedback. Like, I love when somebody can just be honest with me and tell me, like, hey, yeah, when you said this is,
That's a good trait to have.
yeah, I love it. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's a good trait to have because
Yeah.
you have to lower your ego in order to receive feedback slash criticism. You
Hmm.
know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I didn't used to like it,
So,
of course,
well,
but
you had
yeah.
to you
Oh my
built
God.
yourself
Yeah.
up to that point.
Yeah.
And I remember when we started the podcast, and we were asking for feedback, especially Bridget.
Uh
And
huh.
I'm open to it, but I'm still it might hurt a little bit,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
take it. Like, I come around, you know?
After a while.
After a little
Yeah.
bit, I come
She was
around.
like, "And who said that?
Well,
Who is such and such?"
it was just something, it was one specific note that I just thought was
What
BS.
was it?
Oh gosh, what did the lady say? She said that, and granted, maybe it's true. The lady said that she felt like I was taking over and that I talked too much, and like like I try to overshine or something. And I'm like, well, see, you digging it. How do you know that? Like,
And so this is what she gathered from what, our first episode?
yes,
Yeah.
it was a lot of feedback from the first
Yeah.
episode, so I had to know who was this
Yeah, she's like,
person.
"Who is that?" Because I sent it to her. I was just sending her, snapshots of all the feedback people said. I'm thinking she's gonna take it like I take it, like, "Oh, okay, okay. Well, that's her opinion." She's like, "Oh no, who is that? What does she mean?" And
Yeah, I
but the thing
did.
is, I didn't feel that way. You didn't feel that way. That's just her perspective. That's her point of view from how she's seen the show.
I get it, but
Yeah.
I am growing.
And then she knew me. She didn't know you, so I guess it's probably yeah.
Listen, who knows? But it's good to be able, like, I'm learning to be able. I can do it like if you're telling me something,
Right.
one of my friends, I'm like, cuz I'm always, listen, let's sit down. If I do something that, make you feel away, let's talk about
Yeah.
it. I'm like that with the people around me, but like when it's coming from strangers and people I don't know,
Hmm.
that's something that I still have to
It's
get
like, who are
used
you to tell me
to.
who I am?
Yeah.
But you know what? The strangers and people you don't know will be the ones that keep it way more real with you quicker.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
And that's what I do respect. I respect honesty. I think it's a way that you do it though,
Hmm.
but I do respect when somebody's 100%. I can respect that. Even if I don't like it, I can respect it. I'll come around to it. I'll say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll come around to it. I'll come around. It was
She
just that
will. She
it was
will.
that one
Yeah.
comment that really
That
got
one
me.
comment that one time. Yeah, but okay, so self-image. Yeah, I see myself in a very balanced. I think in the past I used to focus more on a negative self-image.
Mhm.
And that took a lot of transformational work, reading a lot of books,
Yeah.
going to a lot of seminars, and becoming the person I am today in order to like really see myself in a through different glasses.
Mhm.
Um so it's like I had to change the thermostat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like when we come in a room, Solomon got the room on what, 65 degrees?
Never.
Okay.
Probably
71.
71.
71. Okay. How do you know? You seen it?
A lot of black people have their temperatures between 69 and 71.
Oh God, that was really judgmental, but right, huh?
It was very
Sometimes stereotypes
stereotypical.
are true.
That's why they're
A
stereotypes,
lot
because
of
they got a little
times
truth
they're
to
true.
them.
So, I had to learn to be the thermostat and
Mhm.
not the thermometer. You know what I mean? Don't let people push my buttons. Don't let them just take me where they want to go. It's like, no, I'm going to set myself here, set my standards high, set my self-worth, my self-value, my self-esteem high, and keep it right there no matter like what life brings to me, what somebody says to me or does
Oof,
to me that day.
that's the
It's
word.
like I'm a thermostat. I'm not the thermometer. They can't bring me down.
Yeah.
You know what I
Even
mean?
yourself.
Yeah. And
That's the hard
and
part.
and on the opposite end of that, don't allow the compliments and the things of that matter bring you up and
Yes.
boost your head. Like
Yeah.
just stay grounded and knowing who you are. And so that's one of the things I had to learn from, self-image.
How long do you feel like it has taken you to become, because you said somewhat balanced with your self-image?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How long has that taken
Girl,
you?
so let me see. I left home September 11, 2011. And that's when it started when I went on this journey of self-realization. And so ever since then it's been a journey. I'm
Yeah.
not saying I'm there. There is no place to arrive to. Like
But you
it's
just feel more, you don't feel like the seesaw's like this. You feel like you're
yeah.
more
I don't
okay.
feel like I drown in negative self-image anymore.
I got you.
Like, I was to the point to where I just see myself as someone who, is unlovable, who
Oh, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so who, isn't taken seriously.
Mhm.
I wasn't taking myself seriously because I didn't see myself as, somebody to be taken seriously, to be respected.
Right.
So then that led to me putting myself out there to be used, abused, misled. Um, and men were smelling that on me a mile away. You know what I mean? They can sense that insecurity that,
Yeah.
and I was just like, here, choose me. Like, you want me? You can have me. Please. I was a pick me.
You was
I was a pick
you
me.
wanted to be
Pick me girl.
chose.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Ah.
I choose
You,
you,
babe. Yeah, yes.
baby. Okay.
I wanted to be
Okay.
chosen. And so it just took a lot of work, like, on how I see myself. And, affirmations definitely help with that.
Yeah.
Therapy helps with that.
Yeah.
Coaching, deciding, making a decision that I wanted more for myself. Um, and the only way we talk about this a lot here at Pause and Proceed podcast, the only way to change a habit, which is, behavior,
Mhm.
action, how we speak, is to change the belief system. So I had to put in work on, my mindset. Like, who does God say I am? Like, not who does my past circumstances tell me I am? Who
Right.
does my environment tell me I am? Like, who does God say tell me I am? So I had to do some studying on who God say I am. I'm a royal priesthood. I'm His daughter. Like, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? I have a dominion over all things in this earth. So, like, why am I treating myself less than?
Right. That's
Yeah.
a lot of work, lot of reflection. It's not for the faint of
Oh
heart. Say that
goodness.
all
Yes.
the time.
Yes.
It's a lot of some nastiness about yourself that you might have to dredge up and kind of create a mirror for yourself. So
For sure.
I commend you, cause
Thank you.
I wouldn't say. Would I say I drowned in my self-image? I think I do sometimes. I think definitely this morning was one of those moments. You know what I mean? Not entirely, but it was enough to be like, I want to just be in bed the whole
Yeah.
day. You
I
know what I'm
get that.
saying?
Yep.
So you got to come up, you practice your toolkit. So you got to pull your tool belt, your toolkit, whatever you keep your tools at.
Yeah.
You got to pull them out, and your mantras, your taking your walks, or whatever is just going to get you out your funk. You have to utilize that.
All the
So
things.
all the freaking things. You know what
Yeah.
I did this
What you do?
morning? I got up and I played my Switch. I said, let me go play Mario Brothers because it makes me happy because it's like nostalgia. So
Okay.
I was like, let me get up and play my Switch, get my mind together. Um, you know, herbal refreshments. And,
What is herbal refreshments? What is up
and
with
took a
that?
shower and I felt a little better.
Okay.
And I wanted to be consistent because Bridget was like, well, we don't have to do the podcast today. I was like, I can't. I
Look,
can't do
you
that. I
know
cannot
me.
do that.
Like, I would stay in the house. It's raining. I love the rain.
Right.
Everything.
It was
Like,
more so for her than it was for me.
it was a mutual
It was
thing.
a
It
mutual
was for the both
thing.
of us.
I didn't want to give in to that though. I told myself I'm not giving in to that.
Hmm.
I've done it. I just don't want to be a zombie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be a zombie. How do you progress? You got to push through.
Yeah,
Sometimes
man.
the trade we don't talk about strong black women all the time and blah 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 blah.
Uh-huh.
But some
Oh God, that
some
was definitely a self image of mine. Strong, but oh my
yes
God, how did
yes.
that slip my mind?
That's all right. Well, it
You
came
brought
out
it back.
now.
Yep.
Brought it
Provision.
back.
Right.
Provision. But sometimes we have that ingrained in us for a reason. And that it's a beautiful thing, but it's a time and a place for it.
Yeah. It'll take you
So
far.
it will take you
Yeah, but
far.
it'll leave you behind as well. Yeah.
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 Go back to the scales. Gotta go
Yes.
back to the scales.
Yeah.
So yeah, is there
So
anything else that you want to talk about
yeah,
regarding
what I
self
wanted to talk
image?
about as far as self image is I was telling you earlier, how we really have to have a vision. We got to know where we're going. We got to know who we want to be. Um, I was telling you about this book by I think his name is Maxwell Maltz, something like that. But he wrote a book called Psycho Cybernetics.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Psycho Cybernetics. It's a book, and it's about how um, however the mind is set, it will always find its way back there, because one of the
It's
strongest
like a feedback
forces
loop.
in human nature is to be consistent with how we see ourselves, to be consistent with who we say we are, to be consistent with our self-image. So, psycho cybernetics talk about how, an airplane is set to go from LA to Paris. Like that's where it's going
Mhm.
to go. If it goes off course, going off course from Paris, it's gonna automatically put itself back on track, right? Because that's how it's scheduled to do.
Yeah.
A thermometer, if it's set for 71, if it start getting cold in here, the heat is gonna come on because that is what it's set to do. It's always gonna bring
Right.
itself back. So psychologically, we have a cybernetic mind. If I keep telling myself I'm a person that smokes. When I stop smoking, my mind somehow, some way, I'm gonna come back to it because that's how I'm set. Like that is the baseline for me. That's the foundation. That's neutral. You know what I mean? If I keep telling myself, "Oh, I'm this strong black woman," when I feel like I'm being vulnerable or feel weak or things of that matter, I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna get all, no, I got this. I got this. Watch out. Because
Mhm.
that's how I see myself. That's the self image. So in order to change that, we gotta change how we see ourselves. We got to change our belief system, our mindset.
We are walking freaking
We are
computers.
some freaking
We
computers.
are. We are.
Yeah.
Remember what they used to call the women back in the day, like the typewriters or like the women working for NASA. They used to call them computers because they can
Oh.
compute things so quickly.
Oh.
But we are.
That's
We're
some good
rocking.
black history
You
right
know
there,
what I'm
girl.
saying?
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
we walking around here with this central processing unit. And you got your neurons, and it's
Yes.
communicating with our spinal cord, to sending messages,
All the things,
like
the
all the
autonomic nervous
things,
system.
all of that.
Like, we gotta, you know what? And if we don't like consciously work on these things, then what? It's gonna just fall in place because we're
Yeah.
gonna go back to what's neutral, back to what's familiar, back to the habits. So we gotta consciously break these habits. So
Needs
that's what I'm working
We need some new software, and we need to be rebooted
on.
every
Yeah,
so often. So,
yeah.
sometimes, we need to upgrade every so often.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is like, yeah, even you know these things. Like I'm an authenticity coach. Like I learn this material, I teach people, I help others, and it's still something that I you have to put myself through. You know what I mean? I take myself through the courses and the trainings and things of that matter because it's a journey. Like I said, it's not somewhere where you're just gonna be like, yeah, I've made it. I'm here. I got this whole transformational thing. Like I got this. My mind is set. Like, no, that's why in the Bible, Romans 12:2, it said, don't conform to the thing of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
But won't you don't I feel like I'll feel better because I feel like every little step I take.
Mm-hmm. He will be there.
For real, like I'm super cognizant on my tools.
Mm-hmm.
Like hypersensitive to my emotions and when I'm switching off. So I'm very aware, like, okay, I gotta pull this tool out, gotta pull this mantra out, I need to do this, need to breathe, I need to go. Like I'm very hyper aware about that, which sometimes that's exhausting. So don't you feel like you can get to a point because I am teaching myself how to use these tools when I need to,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to get to a point like I'm Bruce Lee and I just know when to pull out the combat when I need to pull out the combat for what. Like that starts to become a bit more natural.
Yeah.
But like you said, you're always evolving, but I will be happy when I get to the point when I'm just not super cognizant
Cognizant
about
of
it.
it,
It's
yeah.
just coming out. It's part of that cyber, what is it?
Psycho cybernetics.
psycho cybernetics
Yeah,
where it's
where
ingrained
you
to the
already set
point.
there.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
automatic.
Well, repetition is the mother, father, sister, and brother of all learning. So you
Consistency,
consistency, like
aka that word.
just keep working on it, and one day you're just gonna be like, "Oh, look at me! Oh, my thermostat has been changed. Like my programming has been reprogrammed." Like it'll come to you, but you gotta keep it up. Stay in the work. It's a journey.
I'm in the game, Lord. I'm
Yes.
in the game.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere, y'all. I'm here.
Self-image, y'all. How do you see yourself? How is it helping you, working for you? Think about this. Think about this. Community. Pause, take a moment and really think about how your self-image, how you see yourself, how you show up in the world, your results in life.
Mhm.
How has it helped you and what has it held you back from? And something needs to be changed. Do the work. Get it
Do the
changed.
word. That's why
You
we
can
here,
work with me.
Lord.
Hit me up for some one-on-one coaching.
Hit her up.
So, at Bridgett LaRé Solomon gonna flash my information right. Oh, look
There
at
we go.
see, that's why I'm messing with you. So hit me up. You can shoot me a DM. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. One thing about me, I'm gonna keep it real with you, and I don't act like I know everything. So hit me up.
All right, y'all.
This is it.
Anything else?
I think this is it. Check out the
Okay.
Psycho Cybernetics book by Maxwell Maltz, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Don't forget to subscribe. YouTube, IG, all of those will be in our links.
All the things.
Peace out.
Love you.